give you an early look at the race between Beto O'Rourke and Greg Abbott for Texas governor.
And Native American Heritage Month is here. More on its connection to Denton.
Dia de los Muertos is here at UNT. We'll show you how UNT is celebrating later on in the show.
Thanks for joining us on ntTV Nightly News. I'm Victor Villagran.
And I'm Michelle Brooks. The Supreme Court is taking on one of the most emotionally charged issues in America, abortion. And at the center of it is Texas and its controversial heartbeat bill. It is the most restrictive in the nation, forbidding abortion after 6 weeks. Abortion providers are suing Texas in an effort to strike down this new law, and today the Supreme Court signaled they will likely allow that lawsuit to be heard. The law has unusual conditions permitting anyone in the nation to file a lawsuit against doctors, clinics, or any person who may be involved in an abortion procedure. No word when the court will make its ruling.
With early voting wrapping up, Denton County is reporting about a 3% turnout. The turnout range usually falls between 5 to 8% in any given year. Officials say there could be several reasons why the turnout was lower. Denton County's elections administrator Frank Phillips thinks voter fatigue and the subject matter of the ballots are both contributors to the low turnout. Now, with an increase in voter turnout in mind, according to a new poll, Greg Abbott and Beto O'Rourke are virtually tied for governor. If O'Rourke decides to run for governor in 2022, a new poll shows he is within the margin of error and virtually tied with the present governor, Greg Abbott. Abbott currently leads with 44% of support to O'Rourke's 43% among voters who cast ballots in 2020. 10% of those polled are currently undecided who they would choose for governor. The race is virtually unchanged, even if actor Matthew McConaughey appears on the ballot as an independent candidate. Abbott seeks a third term, and this survey shows he has an overwhelming lead against his Republican opponents. O'Rourke has not announced his candidacy for governor, but many Democrats expect he will run.
Well, Victor, November is here, and I'm hopeful the fall weather is here to stay. I got to study outside the Union today, and the weather was perfect.
Me too, Michelle. And while the sun is out, the temperatures are only getting cooler, making for great study weather around campus. But is that weather here to stay? Let's check in with Alyssa Weems to find out.
Thanks, Victor and Michelle. I'm outside at the Uni right now, and I can't tell you enough, it is so pretty outside. But let's look at our current conditions right now in Denton. So right now it is 72 with an up to 10-mile-per-hour wind speed. It is a little bit cloudy outside, but it's okay. Looking into tonight's conditions, it will get down to 55 degrees with a 5-mile-per-hour wind speed. Again, a little bit cloudy. But looking into tomorrow's conditions, we will see some rain tomorrow with temperatures going up to 59 degrees with a 10-mile-per-hour wind speed, but it will feel like 51 degrees. I'll go into more with the rain later on in the forecast, but right now, back to y'all in the studio.
You know, Michelle, I hear that there is a party on campus today.
Oh yeah, I heard about it too. It's the Dias de los Muertos celebration. We have ntTV's Gabriella Evans there live at the event with more information.
Hi guys, we are here at the Dia de los Muertos event here at UNT, and I am here with Marcos. Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit about what's happening here at this event?
Sure. So this is,
I'm gonna hold it.
We can both hold it. No, I was kidding. So our Day of the Dead celebration is where students get to come and look at other student organizations' altars. So we're basically celebrating when spirits come back to the land of the living, and we get to celebrate with them. If you've seen the movie Coco, it's very similar to that. So we have a bunch of student organization altars, we have food, and really just celebrating life today.
Okay, so tell me, what is your favorite part about Dia de los Muertos?
As you can see, my face is painted up, so I love painting my face. And also the food is really, really good. We have a lot of food for everybody, so if you are watching this, please come out.
Okay, wonderful. Well, I'm here, and I'm probably gonna go grab some food here in a bit. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Gabby. You don't need to be 21 to eat here. I get an inside look to a restaurant on campus that you may not have known about.
at UNT as the club brings a dining experience on campus like no other. The club is a restaurant at the Gateway Center that serves a 3-course meal, all for the price of $12. This includes an appetizer, beverage, main entree, and dessert.
We have a little bit of everything, and we do 3-course meals here. So the cuisine here, we start with our salad courses or soups, and then our main courses, we have anything from like steak to fried chicken. It's pretty much everything. We're doing International Week, so now our desserts are pavlovas, and so we get a little taste of different cultures in pretty much every dish.
And though one meal is only $12, you also have the option to buy a season ticket book of 9 tickets for $90, coming out at about $10 per ticket. These tickets can be spread out over the 9 weeks the restaurant is open, or just used 9 days in a row. But more than a restaurant, the club is also a class for students and an important part of their education and experience in a real restaurant setting.
So a lot of us are trying to go into the restaurant industry, and this is really good to just coach us through it and let us see every aspect of what goes into that. We have people switching out to be managers every week, so we each get a feel of the management side. We get to be in the back of the house for half of the semester, and then the front for half of the semester. So it's really cool, it's really interesting, and it's definitely way more than just a class.
As it is a class, the club is only open Monday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. and will close for the semester on November 24th. It's also important to know that you do not have to be a UNT student or faculty member to eat here, as it is open to the public. And though they do take walk-ins, reservations are much more highly encouraged. You can make your reservation today by calling 940-565-4144 or emailing gatewayclub@unt.edu.
Make sure you're booking an appointment and give their cooking a try. Their food options change daily, so give their online menu a look and see which day you'd like to come in.
Well, Victor, that looks like a really cool experience for those kids to get that experience. Stay tuned to find out why Disneyland Shanghai visitors got an extended stay.
And see how Google is celebrating Native American Heritage Month.
Dramatic examples of climate change, from fires to floods to hurricanes and even volcanoes, is the focus of leaders from around the globe as they meet in Scotland to discuss some form of unified approach. CNN's Isabel Rosales has more.
While
Experts say COP26 may be the world's last best chance to address the climate crisis.
That desperate hope is why the world is looking to you.
A report published by the UN in August called a Code Red for Humanity, showing the world is warming faster than previously thought.
We are digging our own graves. Enough of treating nature like a toilet. Enough of burning and drilling and mining our way deeper.
Despite leaders from China and Russia skipping the conference, negotiations will proceed with a goal to produce a plan to rapidly decarbonize the planet.
If we fail, they will not forgive us.
But there is skepticism of promises versus action. 6 G20 countries, including the U.S., never met their targets to cut greenhouse emissions under the 2015 Paris Agreement. President Joe Biden vowing the U.S. will lead the world.
Let this be the moment that we answer history's call.
The White House set to launch a long-term climate strategy to get to net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2050. As Biden touts climate change measures and his ambitious legislative agenda, currently inching forward on Capitol Hill.
My administration is working overtime to show that our climate commitment is action, not words.
In Washington, Isabel Rosales.
Well, the happiest place on earth usually is not the scene of people in hazmat suits, but that was the case yesterday and today in Disneyland Shanghai. One case of COVID put the entire park on lockdown, and thousands of visitors and park workers now all have to be tested for COVID. The park and resort will remain closed until Wednesday. Visitors were given rapid tests and allowed to return to their hotels. They will take one more COVID test then, and if negative, will be allowed to leave the park. And tomorrow morning will determine if kids between the ages of 5 and 11 are eligible to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. CNN's Britt Conway has more.
Experts say COP26 may be the world's last best chance to address the climate crisis.
That desperate hope is why the world is looking to you.
A report published by the UN in August called a Code Red for Humanity, showing the world is warming faster than previously thought.
We are digging our own graves. Enough of treating nature like a toilet. Enough of burning and drilling and mining our way deeper.
Despite leaders from China and Russia skipping the conference, negotiations will proceed with a goal to produce a plan to rapidly decarbonize the planet.
If we fail, they will not forgive us.
But there is skepticism of promises.
Today kicks off Native American Heritage Month, which is a month to celebrate the history and culture of the Native American people. According to the Department of Indian Affairs, there are about 326 reservations in the U.S., making up more than 56 million acres of land. To honor Native Americans this month, you can visit one of those reservations, Native-owned businesses, or a museum. ntTV's Patrice Dorr is actually at the Denton County Office of History and Culture with more. Patrice?
Thanks, Michelle. Denton has a rich Native American background. The Clovis people were in our area, and early artifacts were discovered in Louisville during the 1950s. The Clovis people lived in the area roughly 11,000 years ago. Until the 1840s, Denton was only populated by Native American tribes. They include the Wichita, Caddo, Comanche, and Cherokee, who were farmers and hunters. The North Texas area was a trade route for Wichita and Caddo tribes, but by mid-1800s, these tribes were forced off their native lands. Denton County provides a traveling program that visits schools across the Denton County that provides more information about these Native American history. If you'd like more information, check the link below. And that's all I have for you back at the desk.
Thanks, Patrice. And one more note. In honor of Native American Heritage Month, Google has released their newest Google Doodle. The doodle pays tribute to the late Native American artist Weewa. Weewa was a cultural leader of the Zuni tribe. They were born in 1849 in what is now New Mexico and traveled to Washington, D.C. in an effort to establish a cultural exchange. Victor, back to you at the desk.
Halloween might be over, but if you're planning to continue the outdoor fall festivities, you might need to plan ahead for cooler weather. Our weather anchor Alyssa Weems is at the Union with more. Alyssa?
Thanks, Victor. Let's go into our conditions across North Texas right now. As you can see right now in Denton, it is 72 degrees, but across North Texas, you can see it is going to be in the upper 70s to 80s in Stephenville, even down to 65 in Bowie. Now looking more across the state, you can see conditions in the upper 60s, upper 70s, and even in Oklahoma City in 54. Now looking at our 7-day forecast that we have here, it's going to be a little different this week. We are going to be mostly cloudy today, but starting tomorrow, my apologies, we are going to be experiencing some rain that is going to cause a cold front to come in pretty soon. As you can see from outside, it's really pretty, but it doesn't look that cold, but that'll all change here the next few days. A cold front is expected to come into North Texas tomorrow into Wednesday night, with temperatures expected to drop into the lower 40s and upper 30s. So make sure to break out those winter jackets and boots, because winter's coming a little sooner than we may all expect. That's all I have. Back to y'all in the studio.
Everyone needs a midweek pick-me-up, and there is nothing I like more to keep me going during the week than a little intellectual invigoration.
That's right, Michelle. Next, we have Robin Key to tell us about a local trivia night in Denton. Robin?
Thanks, guys. Off of South Bell Avenue, you can find the homegrown Armadillo Ale House. There, you'll see a weekly trivia night, which, since it started about 10 months ago, has grown into a Denton staple.
Brew house and bar, Armadillo Ale Works is a space for everyone. On a Wednesday night, you won't find many people studying or quietly drinking, because Wednesday is trivia night.
So Wednesdays were our slowest day of the week after COVID, and I just wanted to plan something fun to bring in more people to the tap room, and it ended up being pretty successful, so now we do it every week.
Now, Wednesdays are one of their signature nights for college students and young adults alike. In part, this is thanks to their host, Greg Lovelady. Thanks to him, the bar has original questions and a new theme every night, which is well balanced to the local scene. Starting at 7:30, the trivia nights usually go for an hour or two, with the winning team getting $20 off their tab. Trivia, beer, and a fun night is something for everyone, which Armadillo wants to keep that way.
Thank you to all of the lovely Armadillo employees who worked with us on this story. Will we see you this Wednesday? Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Robin. Your sleep schedule may be affecting your ability to walk. We'll explain how after the break.
And get an inside look at a local karate studio and why they are kicking and spinning. Stay with us.
Victor, do you think you get enough sleep?
Of course I do, Jennifer. Michelle, I need my beauty sleep.
It sounds like it. Well, according to a new study, you might not be getting enough sleep, and that can lead to troubles walking. Researchers studied students who had just pulled an all-nighter. They asked them to walk to a beat. They found that the sleep-deprived students had difficulty staying on beat and sometimes missed steps. Researchers once believed that walking was a fully automated process, but now believe that it is influenced by the brain.
If you can't sleep on a plane, Peloton has a solution for you. The fitness company is teaming up with Delta Airlines to offer passengers stretching and meditation classes. These classes are supposed to help passengers on long flights relax, stretch, or fall asleep. Thanks to these classes, we'll be safe from a nationwide case of spaghetti legs on planes.
And you don't have to ride a fancy bike in order to get fit.
Or to practice self-defense. Crystal Price is here with a story on how self-defense can benefit you no matter your age. Crystal?
Thanks, Victor. Have you ever been paranoid or even worried about not having enough knowledge on how to properly defend yourself? Well, thankfully, this particular group of kids has embraced the objective of what it means to be the next Karate Kid. At Premier Martial Arts Karate School, children as young as 5 years old can partake in self-defense classes that will equip them with the proper knowledge on how to successfully defend themselves. This would include kidnapping scenarios, karate, kajukembo, jiu-jitsu, and extensive black belt training. So if you are looking for something new and would like to gain the confidence in your own strength, be sure to check out with your own local mixed martial arts school to see if a self-defense class would be right for you. And more importantly, never underestimate what you are capable of. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Crystal. Well, to keep the good news going, Victor, did you catch the UNT football team's overtime win on Saturday?
You know what? No, I didn't catch it, but I bet Jennifer knows all about it.
Yes, I definitely did. It was an amazing game. Also, the Cowboys pulled out a close game as well. So when we come back, I will have all things football. The Dallas Cowboys put on quite a scare for fans on Halloween night. Despite no Dak Prescott, backup Cooper Rush and the Cowboys managed to hold off the Minnesota Vikings 20-16. Even with 2 turnovers, Rush threw for over 300 yards and 2 touchdowns, including one to Amari Cooper to seal the win for Dallas. Cooper and wide receiver CeeDee Lamb also combined for 234 receiving yards for the game. The Dallas Cowboys look to continue this win streak at home for the first time in a month, this Sunday against the Denver Broncos. Kickoff will be at noon. The Mean Green also had a thrilling victory this past weekend against Rice in overtime, winning 30-24. UNT was led by a team total of 193 rushing yards and freshman Ayo Adeyi with 2 touchdowns. The defense also helped in overtime by forcing the Owls into a failed field goal attempt. Junior linebacker Katie Davis had a career-high 18 tackles in the game, including a tackle for loss. The 18 tackles was most by any North Texas player since 2000. This win snaps a 6-game losing streak for the Mean Green as they look to travel and take on Southern Miss this Saturday at 2 p.m. Now, we all know football is obviously a big sport in the state of Texas. Something that is starting to take the DFW area by storm is flag football. Flag football leagues allow people to have the opportunity to continue to play the sport that they love. ntTV's Allison Manticore takes a look at this rapidly growing sport and the players involved.
Everyone deserves an opportunity doing the things they love. 28-year-old Corey Webb of Dallas, Texas, has been playing football since he was 16 years old. He now plays flag football competitively around North Texas.
Playing against other people and showing the talent, and actually people showing you appreciation of your talent is pretty cool.
He plays for 2 teams in the North Texas Flag Football League, Rough Riders and Mortal Kombat. There are challenges when it comes to playing with new people.
Playing with new guys. You know, because how you play and how they play probably play totally different than how I play. Because sometimes maybe people first time playing.
But he has love for the game.
I love the game because, I mean, this game taught me a lot. New friends, new travel people, just speaking new environment and everything else. Like, it's the love of the game. It really is.
And also that one goal when it comes to competing with other people.
Winning. Yeah.
With winning, it comes with preparation.
I say focus. Yeah, mental. You gotta be mentally ready. Gotta be mentally ready.
For ntTV Sports, I'm Allison Manticore.
Well, that is all I have here for your full football news tonight, so back at the desk.
Thanks, Jennifer. As the night continues, so does the Dia de los Muertos celebration. ntTV's Gabriella Evans is still there at the event. Let's see how the party's going. Gabby?
We are still here at the Dia de los Muertos here at UNT. We're outside the Willis Library, and I have my sweetbread, and I'm gonna go eat it, and it's gonna be delicious. And I think I'm gonna go dance, because I'm hearing some real good music right now. So, I hope to see you guys out here.
Well, Victor, I think we will have some time then to go out there because I know you were just saying how you might want to get some food, maybe dance a little.
Yeah, dude, it looked really fun out there. I want to get my face painted. I want to dance till I fall asleep because I can't walk anymore.
Can't wait to see it.
Thanks for watching ntTV Nightly News.
Join us again tomorrow night at 6 here on North Texas Television.